Man, I couldn't be more proud of the guys. With us to take that to take that gut punch yesterday with Alo hurting his ankle, man. It just seemed like all the lights went out when he went down. But I had all the confidence in my team. I knew that we had more than enough to finish the job and come in here and win. And man, I just give praise to God because I know He's real. I prayed all about Alo and his injury, and I knew that it was on Boogie and it was on Damian and the rest of the team to step up and take up for his presence. And they did that. I'm very proud of the boys.
We'll start with Jason.
Hey, Penny. It seemed like where Damian and Boogie stepped up, for the on-court stuff, it seemed like you had to kind of step up and your staff had to kind of step up to sort of keep emotions in check, where Alo kind of does that normally, that sort of thing. It seemed like you guys had to do that. It was an intense environment in here.
Yeah, it was. We know that anytime you come into Cincinnati, the environment is going to be intense. And we knew what we were dealing with. We had a chance to win here last year, man, and didn't quite get the job done. And it's always a tough environment. And me and my coaching staff, we were in tune with keeping the guys' heads steady, understanding what was happening at each moment, keeping everybody focused on what the next play was going to be and what we needed, and kept switching up defenses to keep them confused. And up until the end, everything was going pretty smoothly.
Do you think not having Alo in uniform and on the court was sort of got in the guys' heads a little bit? Like, Moussa seemed particularly frustrated from time to time. Deandre obviously had some moments of frustration.
They're just very emotional players, man. If things aren't going just perfect for either of those guys, they kind of get lost. But they're both really good players. And then Moussa he didn't have his best defensive night, but he had 11 points and 7 rebounds in an off night in 21 minutes. So they showed his talent. And Deandre with 10 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double. So they're emotional players. They have to play with that emotion. So Alo was out there. When he's out there, he calms them down. When he's not out there, Damian and Boogie, they have to do a better job of calming guys down. But that's always been Alo's job.
Terry?
Hey, Coach, you played 19 minutes and 15 seconds. Great in the second half. I know that last 45 seconds, I know you probably had a mini heart attack. Why do you think they just fell apart the last 45 seconds, but they regained it at the end, though?
It's just nerves. It's nerves. That's all it is. It's nerves, man. We ran the play that we usually run. Damian is not usually the guy that takes the ball out. We usually have Deandre take the ball out, and Alo is the guy that receives the ball, and then we just make free throws and we go home. We put Damian out and then had Landers down there trying to receive the ball, and we just didn't do a good enough job. Keith Williams, which is their best defender, guarded Landers well and made him turn the ball over 2 times in a row, and then they capitalized on both of those 2 times in a row. So we just have to do better, man. And like you said, we never lost the lead. It just got a little dicey at the end, but we made our free throws and closed the deal.
Mitch?
Coach, everybody knows this big rivalry game against Cincinnati. Talk about what the win personally means to you, being your second win over Cincinnati, and also talk about the opportunity in front of you this week, USF, and then, of course, the road game at Houston. Right now, Coach, you win both those games. Looks like the NCAA tournament's in your future.
Yeah, we know we had our own destiny in our own hands, and this win does a lot for us, as far as our confidence, especially without our leader. And we understand what's next. South Florida will not be easy, but we know there's 2 games left in the season. We have to play our hearts out. We came here today. For me, I've never won in Cincinnati when I was a player, and I've never won here as a coach. This is my first time winning here as a coach, so it's always sweet to beat Cincinnati because you know how much they beat us when I was in school. So it's always fun getting them back.
Isaac?
Hey, Coach, 21 points for you off the bench today. 14 of those come from Malco. He was really big for you off the bench today. Kind of talk about his play today and how big he's going to be off that bench for you guys going forward.
Man, we push him. We push him hard because he's really our most talented all-around scoring big. Moussa is great defensively, and his offense hadn't gotten there yet. But Malcolm is like our most complete big with defense, offense, rebound, and block shots and all that. And he showed up today. I was really proud of his effort because this is a hostile environment. And he showed up and played big. And with him and Moussa together playing the way that they did, Malcolm had 16 points and Moussa had 11. No, Malcolm had, he had 14 points and Moussa had 11. That's 25 points from our inside, plus DeAndre's 10. I mean, that's big. That's 24 points where we never really get.
Danielle?
Penny, knowing how much you guys have struggled at the foul line this season, how did you feel when it, turned into, really a foul game at the end there?
Yeah, we understood that. We understood that was going to happen, man. Then we just have to knock down our free throws all game long. We knew that we were going to try to push away. I kept saying, win the next 3 minutes, win the next 5 minutes, win the next 5 minutes, just in increments to try to keep our heads straight. And, at the end, you just got to make your free throws to get the game over with. And when we only were up 3, then we fouled. And Keith Williams ended up missing the first free throw, so that was big for us.
You mentioned the rebounding as well. You said earlier that your guards were going to have to rebound really well on the road in order to win. It seemed like, every guy contributed tonight. Was that something that you emphasized going into this game?
Absolutely. We knew that we were going to have to win the free throw game, and we were going to have to win the rebounding game. We didn't win the free throw game because they shot 4 more free throws than we did, but we won the rebounding game by a large margin, especially on the road at their place, and that's what they do. So I was really proud of the guards going back in there. Boogie and Damian rebounded the ball really well today. And Landers had 4 rebounds, and Lester wasn't on his game. He's usually a guy that gives more. He just wasn't on his game today.
Clayton?
Hey, Penny, just wanted to ask your thoughts about, the scheduling adjustment and losing the home game to Houston. Laird said that, he was frustrated that a more creative solution couldn't be realized. Could you just give us your thoughts on how all of that transpired and those 2 games not getting made up?
Yeah, I never spoke to the commissioner. That was Laird. He was speaking to the commissioner, but they said that you're supposed to try to reschedule games if you miss because of COVID. The season is still going on. They have 7 days off before they play us, and I think we have like 4 or 5. So there was a time for us to play them Thursday at their place to make up for Valentine's Day and then come back to our place and finish the season. Houston didn't like that because they felt like if they were going to play for the championship that they should at home, and I don't understand that because we still had a chance to reschedule the February 14th game.
So then going off that, what you said earlier about how, you have a team that does get emotional when things don't go your way. Clearly losing 2 quad 1 games is something that is not going your way. Have you talked to them about maybe how you're, approaching that? Locally, there's a lot of that Memphis versus everybody mentality that is kind of perked up a little bit in the last few days. How has the team handled that?
Yeah, it's always been Memphis versus everybody, man. We get the short end of the stick and everything. And it's just unfortunate, man, because there's no way if the roles were reversed that they would have given us a home game. We would have had to play at our place and then go to Houston. I guarantee you. But you know what? It's meant to be this way. It's meant to be this way. It has to be because nobody's going to give us anything. We had to come in here and take it. We're going to have to go to South Florida and take it. And we're definitely going to have to go to Houston and take it.
2 more. Jason?
Thinking about the scheduling, the whole scheduling stuff that you just talked about and losing Alex to injury for at least this game. And it sounds like Tuesday as well. I mean, these are the types of things that could derail a team. You guys had won 4 in a row going before today and 7 out of 8 or whatever it was. And again, these things kind of in a row, it might derail some teams, but so far, that didn't happen here today. So how do you carry that over, make sure it doesn't happen Tuesday?
Well, I think, I feel like we're a very well-prepared team. We have all of our defenses in. If you saw us, we changed defenses probably 20 times a day to keep them off balance. So we have all of our defenses in. And then we're going to the mismatch now on offense to capitalize off of getting the ball to our best players and letting them make the play. And then we got 70 shots up today. That's the most shots that we've gotten. We've been preaching getting more shots up. So to us, when you add those numbers up, when you win the free throw game, you win the rebounding game, you're getting more shots than them, and then you're shutting them down with your different defenses. It gives you a great chance to win every night. So that's what we're carrying into South Florida, and it's going to be a tough game. We know it is.